This is the most disliked place on Earth. A desert which is almost empty of human life. But still a great example of engineering is being built here, which is no less than a wonder in itself. In the middle of Chile's Atacama Desert, from the sea the construction of the world's largest telescope is underway on the top of a 10,000 feet high mountain. This telescope, which is 40 feet higher than the Leaning Tower of Pisa, when completed, will be able to see the distant planets of our universe 5,200 times more clearly than our eyes. One will be able to see it closely, and these images will be 15 times sharper than the Hubble Space Telescope. But building the world's largest telescope at the driest place on Earth is no less than a miracle. Atacama Desert is the driest area in the world after Antarctica, where there are some such parts are found where not even a single drop of rain has fallen in history. How will this telescope be able to go back in time and see the first galaxy, stars and planets of the universe? What will this telescope help scientists in finding other planets like Earth can help? And most importantly, what difficulties did the scientists and the construction team face during the construction of a dome as big as a football field in the heights of the Atacama Desert? Happy Nazarenes can be seen from the Pacific Ocean of South America. This is Chile's Atacama Desert, spread over 1,000 kilometers on the ocean front. After Antarctica, it is considered the driest place in the world. Here, there are such unique colors of nature, which we are probably seeing for the first time. Volcanoes are found here in great numbers. Apart from this, Death Valley is a series of salt-filled desert and fog spread over thousands of square kilometers, which is unique in the whole world. But one thing which is most essential for life is water, which is not found here. The landscape of Atacama Desert is such that it does not rain here. There are some areas that have not seen even a drop of rain in history. Due to all these characteristics, Atacama Desert presents the scene of an alien planet, and perhaps for this reason, European Space Agency also tested its Mars rover. Here, this extraordinary project is under construction on this mountain 10,000 feet above sea level, 1,300 kilometers away from Chile's capital Santiago and 130 kilometers away from the nearest city, which will give humanity a chance to see the view of another world in space. The European Southern Observatory, also known as EO, is building a very large telescope on this spot, which has been named Extremely Large Telescope, or AT in short. Although its construction is still complete, it is not complete, but by looking at it, it will not be difficult to guess why it has been given this name. A very large mirror will be installed in this telescope, whose diameter is not only 39 meters but also 4 times larger than the largest telescope till date. This mirror can collect 10 times more light than the human eye in an astonishing manner. But the condition is that not even a speck of dust should fall on it. To avoid this, the telescope will be covered by a very large steel dome which weighs about 2,400 pickup trucks, almost 6,000 tons. 2 very large doors will be installed on this dome, which will remain closed during the day. This dome is so high that even the Statue of Liberty can be seen inside it. It can stand erect, and if we talk about expansion, then a complete football field can be made inside it. A high-tech platform has been installed underneath it, which enables the entire telescope to rotate 360 degrees so that any part of the sky can be viewed at night. It is easy to see, but it is a matter of thought that in this desolate area of the world where there is no population for miles around, how would the construction team have started this complicated project, especially where there were no roads, no electricity, no water, and on top of it there was construction for this project on the top of the mountain? He first inspected many places in Europe, but finally he had to choose this location in South America, which is a government gathering of Europe in which members of 16 countries are present. The project had said that there are many reasons behind selecting this place for it. First is that they needed a place for the telescope where there is no city nearby. Reason for this is light pollution. You must have noticed that, even at night, there are often clouds. There is light above the cities, and if there are clouds above, they are also clearly visible. This light is much more than the light of a star thousands of light years away, which can spoil the image generated by the telescope. Many such locations are present on the mountains in Europe itself. Then, why was this location of South America chosen, it is not enough to protect it from light pollution only. It is also very important to have clear sky. Europe mostly has a tropical climate, due to which it is often cloudy here, but because the Atacama Desert is one of the driest parts of the world, there are no clouds here for 320 out of 365 days of the year. In 2014, the construction team took the help of explosives. Holes were drilled at various places on the top of the mountain and explosives were put in and they were detonated using a remote controller. In this process, 100 meters of the top of the mountain was blown up, which took away 47 lakh cubic meters of soil. There was enough mud to fill 1,911 Olympic-sized swimming pools. After removing the mud and rocks, the top was straightened and a path to the top was built. But this was just the beginning. A straight field of the size of 7 football fields was made on top of the mountain, but at the same time a big problem cropped up, an issue due to which the engineering team at ELTC noticed that sinkholes were being formed at various places on the top of the mountain. They would fill them again, but after some time many spots would collapse on their own. This was the biggest problem standing in the way of laying the foundation of it. Actually, the explosives used to blow up the top of the mountain had damaged the core of the mountain. It had caused a lot of damage. Cracks developed in the rocks, and soil started sinking in at various places. After every few months, there was movement in the rocks and new sink holes were formed. To deal with this problem, engineers carried out several drills in the field, and with the help of vibration, the land was artificially stabilized so that all the sink holes to be made could be made in one go. Finally, the vibration method worked, and the top of the mountain was once again plain by filling the sinkholes. It will take next 5 years to complete it. Took years, and now the next stage was to lay the foundation of it. This was not going to be any ordinary foundation. This part of the Atacama Desert is a seismically active region where earthquakes are very common. A foundation was laid to protect the expensive parts of the telescope from earthquakes. It was kept separate from the upper dome. Several hydraulic shock absorbers have been installed between the foundation and the dome, which do not allow the earthquake shocks to reach the metal dome and the telescope mirror inside it. Foundation work was completed in 2023, and now it was the turn of the telescope. The steel structure of the amazing dome was made in different parts at the base camp below the mountain. After that, remote control trucks were used to transport these parts to the top of the mountain, which lifted the steel frame one by one to the top of the mountain. After reaching the top, the cranes joined these massive structures together like Legos. A network of roads was already built to reach this part of the Atacama Desert, as it was 20 kilometers from the east side. Come away, there is another telescope of this planet, which is called Very Large Telescope or VLT. So for it, this road network was extended to Sarawajan. The reason behind making it the world's largest telescope is its mirror, which is 39 meters long. Currently, a structure is being built inside the dome to hold this big mirror. You can get an idea of its size from this worker who is standing on the frame. This 39-meter-long mirror is made up of a total of 800 small mirrors. It is being made by combining pieces whose job is to multiply any light coming from the space and send it to the secondary mirror M2. From M2, this light will go to M3 and then to M4 and will make the image more sharp. And for this purpose, a mirror is installed on the dome. Powerful laser beams will be used. These lasers are usually set at such a wavelength that excites sodium atoms in the sky at a distance of 90 kilometers, due to which they start shining and an artificial star is formed. The telescope uses the artificial star as a reference point to determine in real time how the atmosphere is distorting or blurring the light. Once the distortion in the atmosphere is detected, it can be easily adjusted by the telescope. The blurriness present in the image is removed. This entire process is called adaptive optics. After removing the blurriness from the image at M4, the light travels to M5, and here that image is corrected and sent for processing to the telescope. Enough about the amazing working of ETM. The biggest question here is that EATM will be the telescope that will be able to take direct photographs of planets outside our solar system. Those planets in which there is a possibility of life for now. Through these exhaustively graphs we can find out what the atmosphere is like on those planets, and from the atmosphere we can find out if there is water there, carbon dioxide or oxygen, or any other creature that is causing pollution like the Earth. Due to its huge mirror, it will be able to collect a lot of light, and through this we can see even the early days of the universe. If you don't know, then let us tell you that light has a fixed speed, and it cannot travel faster than that. Taking advantage of this thing, we can easily see into the past of the universe as well. A simple example of this is the first ray of our sun every day when the sunrise takes place. In reality, we are looking at the past of the sun, because the sun's light takes approximately 8 minutes to reach the world. Hubble Space Telescope can look back 4 billion years in the universe. Its mirror also captures the slow light that emerged in the universe 4 billion years ago and has reached Hubble today. In contrast, as 39-meter large mirror is capable of seeing light from 100 million years behind even the Hubble telescope. That is 13.5 billion light years away, according to scientists. The Big Bang, due to which our universe was formed, happened 13.8 billion years ago. This means that it can capture the scene 300 million years after the birth of the universe. Here it is important for you to know that it is undoubtedly very big, but it will be the biggest among the mirror telescopes only, whereas radio telescopes can capture the biggest telescopes only. Telescopes have a very large dish, like the golden eye, instead of mirrors. These telescopes look into the past through radio waves, and then their image is made through computerized process. But it is the world's largest telescope till date when it comes to seeing directly. If we talk about the cost involved, then surprisingly, the cost has been estimated at $160 crores on net. 13,600 crores is almost the same amount that experts say was spent in building the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa. According to it, the construction of it will be completed in 2029. After being fully ready, it will probably be able to answer the biggest question, whether we are really alone in this universe, or whether life exists on a planet like Earth thousands of light years away. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.